Welcome back, brewery travelers. I think we have a great trip to talk about.
Good morning, folks.
My wife, Bev, is going to join us this time. The two of us have done this before. We're going to do it again for you. The Brewery Travel Channel has specialized in being able to see lots of different breweries. And this time we had a trip to Lakeland.
Yes, we did. Beautiful area.
And Lakeland's probably about 30 miles east of Tampa. It's between Tampa and Orlando. The significance of that, because we try to point out breweries on the interstates, this is actually right on I-4. You have to drive about a mile off of I-4 to get there, but it's very, very easy ride if you're driving between Orlando and Tampa to be able to stop off if you want to for a quick beer on the way over to Tampa, or reverse. Which was the one we went to first, you remember?
We went to Brew Hub, which was a beautiful place, very large. Joey was our bartender, and boy, did he know his beer.
He did.
It was fun. They had the best Schwartz beer. It was 5%, and it was excellent.
And the best thing about the Brew Hub is that it is a brewery that actually brews for other breweries. They have a list of about 8 different breweries that they make beer for. As you've seen on other shows, one of our favorite beers is High Stepper from Crooked Can, and we actually got Crooked Can High Stepper down at Brew Hub. But it's a huge place. The inside of it has lots and lots of space. There's lots of space outside. There's great parking. So it's a really neat place to go. And I think if you want to buy a 6-pack, you can buy 6-packs of any of the brews that are brewed by the ones that they make for other breweries. And we actually got a very good price.
But they also had Rome City IPA that is their beer. And that was an excellent IPA too. So, and it was only 5.8. So
that's right.
That was good. That was
real good.
In fact, we brought a 6-pack of that home. Why not?
As a matter of fact, we got a 6-7 High Stepper too.
Okay, let's move on down the road.
Okay, the next one we went to was more in central Lakeland. It was a much smaller brewery. It's called Dissent Brewing. And Dissent Brewing, I believe that I probably had another IPA.
I think it was a rye IPA.
I think it was a rye IPA.
They had a lot of airline or airplane paraphernalia. The beer that I had was called Frank Lloyd Wright Lager. Frank Lloyd Wright Lager. That was very good. It was a 4.2. Very homey. A lot of what looked like locals in there. Very, very friendly. Very
much of a local place. I would agree with that. One of the neatest things about this place, they didn't have food there. But if you went across the street and maybe down 3 stores, there was a great pizza place.
Which they actually told us about, because about this time we were hungry.
Right. And we went over and got the pizza from over there, brought it back over there, sat at the bar and had a pizza and another beer.
Yep. It was a nice little place. It was downtown.
But parking wasn't bad at all.
Well, we parked at Swan Brewery and walked.
That's right, we did.
We cheated.
One of the things that we like to comment upon is that very often these breweries are close enough together. So if you want to walk from one to the other, that's something you can do as well. Swan Brewing, that would be the next one.
Oh, that's a beautiful place. Right on, well, it's across the street from the lake, but they have an outside that overlooks the lake. And lots of space to sit out there. They do have food.
They have food.
They have food.
They have food, yeah.
Yeah, and a nice inside. It's very, their decor is more leaning towards automobiles. Remember the old car that they had in the back of the bar?
Right.
Where the taps are? That was pretty cool.
Very good.
We met the owner, we met the brewmaster, nice people. The gals behind the bar were really super. Chris and Dan was the owner.
Dan was the owner. That's where we saw the Maserati.
That's where we saw the Maserati,
We got talking to the owner there, and his friend came in and had a Maserati, and when we got talking to him. He said, hey, come on back over here in the back and take a look at this Maserati. And we did that.
Yes, we did. Yeah. And it's a beautiful, beautiful car. I can't imagine.
I tried
but back to the beer. Back to the beer.
Okay.
I had a Lake Sunset Juicy Hazy IPA. Really, really good. Hey, and you know what? Lake Swan Brewing is also untapped.
It is untapped.
And that was really nice because every beer we drank, I drank, he got free, or vice versa.
And you've heard us on this show talk before about untapped, craft tapped.
Oh, you're right, craft tapped.
Craft tapped.
Absolutely.
Craft tapped is an organization out of the upper Midwest. I'm pretty sure it's Minnesota. And what they do is a special deal. And the special deal is this. You are able to, in fact, once you pay to become part of the organization, which is very inexpensive, it varies from state to state. Florida is fairly new in the system, so it only costs $20 to be a member. Now, for that $20, you get 10 BOGOs, buy one, get one free, a month.
Yeah, you kind of have to watch that, sweetie, because sometimes you have to buy food.
But that's very rare. It is true.
Rare, but it does happen.
It is true. The predominant characteristic is the concept of buy one, get one. You can buy 10 beers a month. They have to all be from separate breweries. So the whole idea here is to get you to be able to go from one place to the other and find a beer here and find a beer here. If you're traveling like we were, I mean, if you go 3 places, that's 3 free beers. And so the end result is we search for breweries that are a member of the craft tap concept, because it really is worthwhile when you're just kind of dropping off one place to another. Yeah,
and we didn't mention you had a raw IPA.
I did.
It was called Swan, darn it, Janet.
One of the fun parts of this whole thing is the incredibly strange name you can find, not only for the brews, but sometimes even for the breweries.
Okay, well, that was a fun trip that we had in Lakeland. And one of the other breweries, beers they had was All Right, All Right, All Right. And that was a raw IPA also.
It was, and she knows I got that one because I say all right, all the time. So I think probably it's time for us to move on to our next trip.
Probably so. I think might be in the same area because we like it down there.
Prost.
Prost. See you folks. Have a great evening.